So hey and welcome back everyone, and in this video we are going to see how can we get data from Supabase table and how can we create tables and implement row level security and everything. From now on we will be interacting with Supabase, getting, updating, inserting, deleting records from Supabase tables, creating new tables and many more. So watch this video till end to see how can we fetch the data from our Supabase table. So let's begin. So here you can see I have opened my table editor section, and you can see here that there are no tables right now. I haven't created anything. And if I go to my code, there's nothing here, just the code that I left in the last video. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a new table here. So just I'm clicking on here and this dialog box opens. I'm gonna give a name to my table. So let's go and name our table books. Okay, you can go for it. So here you can see we have two checkbox here, enable row level security and enable real time. So for now we can like go and remove this for now. It is saying turn off row level security. You can read all of this and it doesn't matter for now. You can just click on confirm. So here you can see we have columns part, and here we can create multiple columns, all the data that we want to add, and for columns for that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a new column here. So I'm going to click on it and let's give a title for our column. So that will be a title for our books. And so here's the name of the table, which is books. So inside the books, I'm giving a column name as title, and the type of the title will be, we can give it to text for now, and it can be null for now. Let's go and add more. So I can do like release date. It can be of text as well. Add some more. I'm going to create a cost. It can be a number, or it can, let's keep it text for now. And one more, I'm going to add author and make it text as well. So here guys can see you can like make it anything. It is not necessary to be text. You can make, you can even have made it varchar, but just to demonstrate you, I'm going to keep it as text. And here you can see is ID, which is our primary key. You can see it here, and it is of type int8. It could be anything else such as UUID, universally unique identifier. We can keep it like this, and we can just simply keep it int 2, 4 or 8. Like suppose if your application have like millions of users, so you would definitely go for int 8. But if you want to make something more unique, more better than just 2 digits or 4 digits number, you can even make it UUID. So what it does, it gives you a random digits of like 16 or 17 numbers length. So it is a mixed of characters and letters. So and here you can like default value, and inside it when you click on it, you get auth.uid, returns the user ID when rows are added or updated through the API. And you can select here get random UUID. So I'm going to click on it. So we can do this to generate random IDs, but for now, for the demonstration, we can go and make it int 8. And this is the primary key. When you click on this button, it is say, is it unique? Is it an identity? So automatically assign a sequential unique number to the column, enforces if value in the column should be unique across. So we can leave it like this. We can leave everything like this. We can go ahead and click on save. So when we do this, a new table will be created, adding 6 columns to book. Just wait for a minute. So here you can see guys, a new table is created. It is giving us URL and anonymous access to your table. For now, we can keep it like this. It doesn't matter because we are not adding any kind of authentication to it yet. We are just demonstrating how can we fetch the data from our database. So if I go here and click on this insert row and add some buttons here, like the title of the art of programming, release date could be 2018, cost would be $20, and what could be, we could do $20, and author, let's say Shubhyanshu, Tiwari. So you can just give it, and now when I this created at will be set to default if we don't change anything in this format, and ID would be automatically generated. So when I click on the save button, so here you can see it created a new row in our table, and it assigned itself the ID 1 because we are taking it as integer, and it is an identity, and it is int 8 value. And here we have title, author, cost, and created at. So what we are going to do, and also release date. So what we are going to do now, we are going to add a few more books here. So let's go and do it. Book 2, release date 2016, cost, we can give it $16, and author uh, John Doe, and we can save it like this. So we have now two rows, one and two. The IDs are assigned itself. Book, the art of programming, and book two, authors, cost, and release date. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hop on to my VS Code, and let's check it out. How can we implement the API to get our books? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to click on this and I'm going to create a new path for it, and I will be naming it books. Inside the books, I'm going to create a new file. I'm going to name it page.tsx, and here I'm going to make it const books. It's an arrow function, so we're going to make it like this, and we are going to return a div. Inside the div we are going to write books, and I'm going to export this function as default books. So when I save this and I go to my browser, and here when I write books, it will take me to the route where I have written the books. So we have done this. Now let's add some CSS styling to it. So I'm going to write class name, and I'm going to give it flex, justify center, text, yes, uh, 3XL. Okay, that should be fine. Font as bold, and okay, that should look good if you go here. Okay, this is, and we can give it a little bit of margin 20, so it's here in the with some margin from the top. So now let's go ahead and fetch our books from our table. So what we are going to do is now we are going to create two states. First will be book, and let's name it all books, and another will be set all books like this, and we can make it use state, and here we can give it null. So let's go and make another. This one will be for errors, and set errors, and give it use state, and give it null. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to create a use effect, and inside the use effect I'm going to create an async function const get books, and it will be an async function. So like this, you can go ahead and create this arrow function. And now here we are going to use the same data that Supabase is giving us. We are going to use the same technique that Supabase is telling us to do. So let's go ahead and do this const data, and we will be getting books from the data. So we'll write books, and another one that we will be using, we'll be getting errors. So to keep the track of the errors, we will be getting errors from here, and I'm going to make it an await function, and I'm going to use Supabase component dot from, and from our table book we are going to select everything using asterisk. So we got our, and we are missing something here, and let's see what we missed. So okay, so this asterisk should be inside the string, my bad. So like this we can fetch our data. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to check if we have any error from the Supabase. We are going to set our error to anything like you might want to check your data or anything you guys want. So it is saying that it's not assignable to type. We can give it this. So it is now fixed. I give it an empty string. So since we got our error, so if we don't have any error, what we can do is we can create an else and okay, so we can create an else and we can set our books to the books that we are getting from the Supabase. So it is also giving us an type error and it says of any is not assignable to type null. So let's make it array and give it a type of any. So it is now gone for now. So since we got our books and our error, what we're going to do now is we are going to get and print our books on the front end, which will be okay. So it is giving us an error. It is saying that you are importing a component that needs use effect. It only work in client component. So okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to copy this use client and we are going to get to the top of our application and we are going to write use client. You can just copy and paste it here. I'm going to write it. So we can write use client here like this. And when I refresh it, the error is gone and the box is showing out. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fetch the data from our database. So, okay, so we forgot one thing here. We forgot to instantiate this our get book function. If we don't do this, we won't get the data. So let's go and now do this. So I have all books, which is setting our data from that we are getting from Supabase, and I'm going to map over it, and I'm going to write item. It will be of type any, and I'm going to write index. It will be of type any as well. So when I do this and this, now when we write item dot title, we will be getting the title here on the on our screen. So it is giving us this. So what we can do is now we can add a little bit of styling for it. So before I do that, I'm going to write book title. I'm going to make it like this. So it is saying that okay. So what we can do is we can wrap it inside the CSS fragment. If we do this, so there is gone. Can see this book title and here's the book title. So what we can do is we can write it div and div here as well. So when we do this, we are going to give it inside key and class name, and we can give it text as red, that's 500. So the text is the color of the text is changed. We can give it flex, and we can give it flex as column. Let's see if it works. So okay, it is not changing. So what we can do is we can give let's just column to it and now we have the title like this. So we have this and so guys, this is the simple way of fetching the data from the Supabase and now we can even fetch more details like book auth or author, and we can write item dot author. We can get cost from here, title dot cost. So if I go to my screen, we can see like I got everything just a little bit messed up. So you can fix it with simple CSS. I will be showing how can you create a simple card and then how can you implement and how can you implement the insert operation. Now since you know how can you get the data from the Supabase, it is important to know how can you insert the data to the Supabase. So in the next video, we will be talking about how can we implement and how can we insert data to our Supabase. So here you can see it is a simple CSS fix. You guys can manage it, and if not, I will be showing how can you do it in the next video. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.